everybody. Welcome back to Ghosting with Anya. I'm your host, Anya Smith, also the author of Anya's Ghost Stories Volume 1 and Volume 2, The Return of the Dead. So, today's episode, we are doing The Child in the Red Raincoat. Something to do with a little girl or a little boy wearing an actual raincoat. Perhaps maybe this child might be lost or abandoned somewhere by his or her parents, but we're going to find out. So I got some tea going. I got my episodes ready. So we are in episode 129. So before we do the episode, we are still packing up our stuff. So we are slowly packing, but we've got some stuff packed up. We got packed up some cooking appliances, teacups, and a bunch of other shit. So, and our little kitty is always curious. So here she is now, probably back. Anyway, we went to see my mother-in-law, and we stayed with her just for like a couple minutes. Well, it depends, but we wished her a happy Mother's Day. So today's Mother's Day. It is May 10th. Sometimes every year, usually a different day of Mother's Day, but it's the same date of it, but sometimes it can be in different days of Mother's Day, but it's usually May 8th. It's always going to be Mother's Day. Sometimes it can be on May 10th, or next year it might be on May 12th or 14th. Either one. But, we're all just going to have all celebration going on each different days, but anyway, we decided not to go for a walk today because we also had to go see our friend Amber, who has 4 kids and have some friends over to help her move her stuff out of the house because they got a new house. So we went there, checked up on Amber, Nick, and the kids. And, I got to hold an infant. Her name is Hazel. She is Amber's youngest child. She's only like a year old, so I got to play with her. I got to hold her. She was in a little crate box. Her grandfather was there, so we got to talking. We got to, just hang out while other 3 kids were playing musical chairs, and they have dogs, but also her neighbor's kid came over. So 4 older children were playing while Hazel was just sitting around, just playing with her toys, but mostly just sitting around or whatever. I got to hold a baby. So Hazel loved getting attention from humans. Well, she's a human, yes, but I got to hold her. She loved it. She just wanted, to get acknowledged. But, she just happy to see us because she loves us.
Yes, she does.
She's only a year old, but hey, the baby is just, adorable little thing. I just wish I had my own kids, but Chris and I won't be able to have them. I won't be able to survive having kids if I ever did have a child, but, we decided just to be cool aunt and uncle to any other kids. Like, 9-year-old to a 9-year-old, maybe 10-year-olds, for maybe year olds, and an infant, maybe like a year-old child. So we just go see our friends all the time, whenever. But enough of that. So we went to Fazoli's for dinner tonight, and it was great. We haven't been there in a while, so we decided to have some dinner there. Chris had spaghetti with spaghetti sauce, some breadsticks, and I had pizza. I had cheese pizza for dinner.
I also had lasagna.
He also had lasagna, but yes. So, then we got home and I had to feed the kitty, so she's fine. We decided not to go for a walk because it was already getting dark out anyway, and I got tired, so I decided just to stay home and relax, do some knitting, crocheting. Now I'm here on my podcast. So I hope you guys are ready for this new episode of Ghosting with Anya. So if you guys want to read other stories, if you guys want to see other podcasts, check out my producer's podcast. It's called Ask Fearless. That is the name of my friend's podcast. So Fearless Cummings is my friend. And he's also getting ready to graduate from his college, but I know he's in his late 40s to early 50s, went back to college, but I think it's a great idea for him to go back to college because he never finished it when he was younger. So he has a son that he had to raise. So now his son is in his teenage years, like early teenage years. He's almost 14. So he's got about 2 months left until his son turns 14. So, anyway, let's get started on the ghost stories. I know you guys have been waiting for me to do this ghost story right now. So here I am at 8 o'clock at night doing my podcast, and we'll be done sometime around 9. It's only, 18 minutes after 8. And the story is called The Child in the Red Raincoat. Ooh. Perhaps maybe this child is not really a human child. Perhaps maybe it's a spirit or a guardian angel or something. We don't know. So let's find out. Anyway, just sit back, relax, and enjoy the story. So please click like, share, and subscribe. And let's get started on the story. Season 5, Episode 129, The Child in the Red Raincoat. Marcus had not been back to the old neighborhood in nearly 15 years when his sister Elena convinced him to help clear out their late father's garage before the house went up for sale. The area looked smaller than memory had preserved it, yet certain things returned immediately. The cracked sidewalks, the chain link fences, the narrow alley behind the row of houses, and the storm drain at the corner where children used to float paper boats after rain. Elena moved through the garage with practical focus while Marcus kept getting distracted by objects tied tightly to childhood. Every box seemed to hold a version of himself he no longer recognized. By late afternoon, clouds rolled in, and the air took on the metallic smell of a coming storm. Elena suggested they stop for the day, but Marcus wanted one last load taken to the curb before it rained. That was when he saw the child in the red raincoat. Standing at the far end of the alley at first, he assumed it was a neighborhood kid waiting for the rain to start, maybe 6 or 7 years old, with the hood up and both arms hanging straight down. The child stood completely still, facing toward the house, but far enough away that Marcus could not make out the face. He glanced away for only a second to shift the box in his arms. When he looked back, the child had moved several feet closer without any visible motion in between. Elena noticed his expression and turned to follow his gaze, but it was empty. Marcus, because he did not want to sound absurd in the middle of something as ordinary as house clean out. This is a little freaky. I mean, the story can be relatable to anything, but when Marcus and Elena decided to sell stuff from the garage because their late father somehow had passed away or something like that, they wanted to get rid of things that they didn't really need it. Like their old childhood memories and stuff. Apparently, somehow Marcus saw this little kid, I think about 6 or 7 years old, just a couple years, but somehow maybe it's a spirit of a little boy. Perhaps it was the child. We don't know, because it could be a boy, it could be a girl. We'll figure something out. And my husband just gave me a little scratch on my back. Maybe it's because, I don't know, itchy all the time?
Yes.
But yes. So anyway, this is a little spooky, but I hope you guys are staying spooky and having so much fun listening to the story. Anyway, thank you guys for being here, and thank you for being supportive. And I hope you guys are ready for our big change anytime soon, because once we clean this place out, we are never coming back. It's going to be empty. So I am still going to be working right here on YouTube. I'm just going to be in a different location. But I am still doing podcasting. I just hope you guys are ready to be seen in a different places. Like same YouTube, but different location. So anyway, let's continue on the story. I hope you guys are settling in for tonight's ghost story. It can be scary. You can turn off the lights if you want. Keep the flashlight on. So, but anyway, we are in 14 minutes to the story, because after the story, we're doing questions. So thank you guys, and let's continue on. The sight unsettled him more than he wanted to admit, because it reached backward into something he had tried for years to think about. When Marcus was 8, a neighborhood boy had gone missing during a heavy storm. People searched for hours before police found the child drowned in a runoff tunnel connected to the storm drains nearby alley. Remembered almost nothing clearly except the red raincoat. Everyone kept mentioning afterward. For weeks, adults spoken lowered voices and refused to let the children play outside when it rained. Eventually, the family moved away, the neighborhood settled back into itself, and the story became one of the one of those old wounds people stop touching. Marcus had not thought about that child in years. Yet the moment he saw the red coat in the alley, the memory returned whole. This is kind of scary. Apparently, a young boy, age of 6 or 7 years old, somehow went missing. Okay, so maybe he accidentally fell into the tunnel and drowned. Somehow the child died from drowning. And somehow maybe this little boy found its way out, but not in a physical form, in a spirit form. So the family family literally were devastated when they got the news about the child. We don't know the boy's name, but it is so sad that when an 8-year-old gets the news about a 6-year-old who died by drowning. I mean, there's a lot of people who die by drowning. A lot of people decide to drown themselves because they couldn't bear it to tell their friends and family what the secret was holding him back for. He was afraid maybe that's why this person could have killed himself, because he didn't want to tell anyone, because too afraid what the story might go on for. So if you guys have any comments about it, please leave me a comment down below. If you have any questions, let me know. If you think about this story, it's so sad, but please leave me a comment down below. I would love to hear it from you all. So let's continue on the story. That evening, the rain came hard enough to blur the windows. Elena ordered takeout, and the two of them sat in lawn chair in the garage, watching while Rob laughed. She stared out at the rain for a long time and then admitted that when she was 10, about a year after the drowning, she had looked out her bedroom window during a storm. Standing by the storm drain, she had found no one there. He later warned her not to tell neighborhood kids because tragedy makes children see things. Elena Marcus found that somehow worse than being dismissed. Yeah, this is really freaky shit going on. No wonder why Elena and Marcus saw this thing, like a spirit of a young child who literally had died. So perhaps the child didn't know that he's dead, or still doesn't know that he died, and he wanted to find his mommy and daddy, but his mommy and daddy have moved away, maybe got divorced or something, sold the house, packed everything, and moved. So maybe Marcus and Elena were friends with this little boy when they were little. So things happen, but memories can be resurfaced. But memories can never be erased, even though they tried everything, but still. it is what it is. Anyway, if you have anything like that, like any stories about what happened in the past, leave me a comment down below because I would love to hear it. I know you guys are watching my show right now. I am truly happy that you guys are watching this episode. We are in 20 minutes now, so maybe I can stop this video at any time, but right now, let's do the story. I have other shit going on. Maybe pack some more stuff if we have anything else to pack.
I already cleared off a lot of your dresser.
All my clothes?
No, just stuff on top of the dresser, not your clothes.
All right. Yeah, so we put my stuff in boxes. Okay, so let's continue on the story and we'll figure something out by tomorrow. And yes, I will be back here doing this another episode of Ghosting with Anya tomorrow night, 8 o'clock in the evening. So it's already 8:32 p.m. Anyway, I hope you guys are making this any sense. If it does make any sense to you all, please let me know in the comments down below. So let's continue on the story. Close to midnight, the power went out. The garage went dark except for the battery lantern Elena kept in the trunk of her car, and outside the rain hammered the pavement with such force that the whole neighborhood seemed submerged in sound. Then between thunder came a new noise, knocking, not at the garage door, but from the metal storm drain covered at the end of the curb. Slow at first, then sharper, as though something beneath it had found just enough strength to strike upward. Elena grabbed Marcus's arm so hard he felt her nails through his sleeve. The knocking continued, joined by the unmistakable slosh of water moving where no person could survive. Then a small voice called from outside, almost lost under the rain, saying only, "It's dark." Marcus did the stupid human thing that fear always dares people to do. He stepped outside. The rain hit him like thrown gravel cold, and the alley beyond the yard looked blurred and endless. The red raincoat stood by the storm drain now, close enough to see the child's small boots planted in the flowing water. Elena shouted for Marcus to come back, but the child raised one hand slowly and pointed toward the alley mouth where runoff streamed into the drain. In the split second lit by lightning, Marcus saw that the child's face was pale and distinct. Not blank exactly, but softened by water the way ink runs on paper. Then the child lowered the hand and said, "He's still down there." The raincoat vanished before Marcus could move. Wow. That is so sad and creepy at the same time. What do you think about this?
It is sad and creepy.
At least the child is trying to warn Marcus and Elena where the body is of a child.
Yes.
Perhaps it's the child that passed away when Elena and Marcus were little.
Yes.
Marcus was 8 and Elena was only 10 because she's the oldest sister of 2 kids. Reminds me of mom and my uncle.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you guys are listening very carefully. I'm not trying to talk very fast. I don't like to talk fast, but this is what it could make sense. So let's continue on the story and we can do the questions afterwards, if you know what I mean. So the next morning, after the storm passed, Marcus called the city public works office and insisted someone inspect the old runoff tunnel near the alley. At first, they treated it as a likely blockage issue caused by debris, but when the crew opened part of the tunnel farther down the system, they found the rusted remains of an old bicycle lodged among silt and branches, one matching the description of the missing boy's bike from years earlier. Apparently swept farther than anyone had searched at the time, Marcus could not explain why finding it mattered so much, but it did. It felt like an answer, delivered too late, yet still somehow needed. The house sold that spring, and he never moved back to the neighborhood. But even now, whenever rain starts hard against a window, he remembers the child in the red raincoat, not as a threat, but as someone still trying to guide the living toward what the water refused to give back on its own. Wow, guys, this is the creepiest shit of all time. And so sad. I mean, don't you want to know what happened to that little kid? I mean, if you had any memories like that, this could be the resurfing memories. I mean, I don't have any memories of this too, but things happen for no reason at all. So it is kind of sad when a mom and a dad got the bad news about the child, and the parents somehow maybe got divorced and had to move everything, sell the house and move away from it because they just couldn't do it anymore. They couldn't handle any more news, especially about the missing child. For a long time, they searched for the little boy. They never found him until years later. So, anyway, we've got questions, so I hope you guys have a lot of questions. So let's get started on this. We are in 28 minutes. So let's get started. I hope you guys know what I'm talking about. Would you have gone outside after hearing knocking from the storm drain? No, of course not. But if I wanted to go, I would have investigated it. But I would still rather stay home where it's safe enough. But if I wanted to do that, it would be my choice to go down there and find the remains of a missing child. So, if you guys have any questions about it, if you have any answers, please leave me a comment down below. What do you think about this? It says right here, would you have gone outside after hearing knocking from the storm drain?
Yes. I would.
To investigate it?
Yes.
There's the answer. He says he wants to go outside to investigate. I mean, I would too, but I also want to stay home where it's safe and sound from the storm. Like, literally. But it is so sad. So, Things happen all the time. I don't know why. Missing kids end up dead somehow. They always end up somewhere in the ditch, but things happen. I just hope you know what I'm talking about. I hope you guys have any sense to it. I hope you guys have answers to that. So just let me know what you think and leave me the comments down below right here on Ghosting with Anya on live stream. So if any of you guys know what's going on, just let me know. Let's go to number 2. Why do you think the child appeared to Marcus after so many years? Well, that's a good question, guys. The reason why the little boy appeared to Marcus after so many years is because he was trying to tell Marcus where the body is. So I think the little boy somehow showed Marcus where it is. Marcus somehow found the body and called 911 and called everyone what happened, told him what happened. There's the remains, there's the bike, and called the parents of that child and told them the news that they found the remains of their missing child. And then Marcus and Elena decided to move after all these years. So I think Marcus was chosen for that. Maybe he's got gifted. Maybe he's got powers that no one else has. Maybe Elena was chosen as well. So, anyway, let's just figure out what really happened in the past. Perhaps Marcus wanted to know what happened and wanted to investigate the missing person or whatever, wanted to go to that tunnel and see what happened, where this little kid went to. So no wonder why. But the good news is that the kid was found but not alive. He died after the rain got even harder and the water just was rising up and then somehow drowned. Maybe the child did not know how to swim because he was only 6 years old at that time. Perhaps maybe his mommy and daddy did not have a chance to teach him how to swim. So, but yeah, I mean, it would be a terrible thing. But it's a good thing that you have a gift to see the dead. Maybe help the child somehow. But I think Marcus was chosen for a reason. The little boy wanted help from Marcus, so Marcus helped that spirit to find his body and then move on into heaven. I think that's a good thing. Anyway, let's go to number 3. What is more haunting, the red raincoat or the voice saying it's dark? I think it's both. Seeing a red raincoat perhaps triggers any memories and trauma. And hearing voices of the little child saying it's dark also can be more scarier, but maybe it's a memory that triggers everything. I think it's both. Do you think Marcus was chosen to help the spirit?
Yes.
There you have it. So, what's more haunting? A voice of a little boy or the red raincoat?
The voice of the little boy.
I think it's both. It can be, but
True.
it's not a threat, but the little boy was actually asking for Marcus to help finding the body, and then call the cops and get all the remain people, like the examine people, like say doctors or whatever, with the discovery, whatever.
Yeah.
But at least the child finally found hope and finally got to move on. All right, let's go to number 4. Do you think the child wanted help, recognition, or closure? I think he wanted help, recognition, and closure. I think he wanted all of that. What do you think, baby?
He probably wanted closure.
He wanted to know how he died, and he wanted people find his body so he could move on.
Uh-huh.
I think he wanted all the above. I mean, if I were Marcus, I would literally want to help the spirit find its peace, like get closure, justice, and recognition. The child wanted to be remembered the way he was before he died, the way he was before he drowned. So I think it's all the above, all of them. Let's go to number 5. We have about 5 questions before I sign off. Would finding the old bicycle change how you understood the haunting? Yes, it can be. I mean, if I were this kid, I would probably figure out what's more scary than anything. I mean, I would want to be very curious about this thing, and if it's too scary, I would just run away, go home, and tell my parents what I have seen, or am I being mocked and laughed at, and I don't know, maybe be asked questions about it. So I would probably just keep it to myself until I get more information about it. That's exactly what I would do. But with the haunting, if I understood what was going on, then I would probably tell people. I would clearly understand it. Everything can change. All right, let's go to number 6. Why are rain and drainage places so effective in ghost stories? The reason why is because it's a memory, it's a part of us that we people try to avoid, but it just keeps coming back to us. It's a haunting. I mean, we get haunted by the spirits, and it's a part of us that we cannot literally ignore easily. So if we keep ignoring it, and we are gonna keep on being haunted. It's a memory, it's part of us. So if you have any opinions about this, let me know in the questions. Like, let me know what you think and leave me comments down below. And stories are always a part of us. So let's go to number 7. Do you think Marcus's father had seen signs too? Yes. I think his dad somehow knew what was going to happen even before he told his kids. Or perhaps he was there in the past when Marcus and Elena were really young at that time. So my answer is yes. All right, let's go to number 8. Was the child trying to scare Marcus or lead him somewhere important? I think Marcus was led to discover the body. I think he was definitely led somewhere. And scaring him? I don't think so. Well, if the child wanted to scare Marcus, he would have done it already. But the child was so sad and scared, alone in the spirit world, But I think he was trying to lead him where it happened and how it happened. So my answer is he was led somewhere important. Let's go to number 9. All right, we've got 2 questions before I sign off because we are in 40 minutes. It's probably a little bit shorter today because I was busy getting my stuff taken care of, laundry taken care of, folding clean clothes, putting them away, washing the dirty clothes, putting them in the dryer after they were clean, helping my husband packing up our kitchen stuff, going to see my mother-in-law, and going to see our friend Amber, and playing with the baby. That was fun, actually.
Yeah.
And coming home, feeding our cat, and doing my podcast at 8 o'clock at night. So this is what I love doing. So hopefully by tomorrow we will continue packing up our stuff if we have anything else to pack.
Yes.
So, all right. Have you ever returned to a place from childhood and felt something unresolved there? What do you think?
I think so.
Probably, yeah. I think we all have. We just don't like to talk about it that much unless I choose to talk about it. If I wanted to talk about it, I probably would. So, we are in actually 42 minutes.
Oh, did someone comment on you?
No, not yet. I don't see any comments.
Oh, okay, baby.
You thought they did, but no, they have not. So, yeah, we probably have, but if I wanted to talk about it, I probably would. I usually do, but anyway, it depends. So if I wanted to go to my childhood place where a lot of haunting places going on, I probably would. Anyway, let's go to number 10. We are on our last question before I sign off. If a ghost led you toward the truth, would that make it less frightening? Yes, it would. Of course. If I wanted to be led somewhere that's the truth, yes, I would literally listen to the spirit. I would follow that spirit anywhere. I would not be scared at all. I would literally want to know, where am I going and where is this ghost taking me? So, I would literally want to get the evidence, take pictures, come home, upload them to like TikTok or Instagram. You guys would probably want to see it. So here's a question for you. If you guys want to talk about it, let me know. Please leave me a comment down below if you know what I'm talking about, if it makes any sense to you all. If a ghost led you toward the truth, would that make it less frightening? I hope you guys leave me a comment down below because I would love to hear it from all of you people. So, I probably would want to know the truth, but yes. Okay, we are out of time, so thank you guys for listening, and thank you for just being very supportive. Tomorrow we will be doing the new episode 130. So the name of this story is called The Passenger on County Road 8. Ooh, that's even scarier than that. So it's like in the middle of nowhere, even though it's a ghost road or whatever. Depends. Like a spirit wandering off somewhere as a spirit or whatever. But we are in 45 minutes. So thank you guys for watching and listening. So I hope you guys had a great time. I hope that got your blood boiling. So please click like, share, and subscribe to Ghosting with Anya. I will be back here on live stream tomorrow at 8 o'clock in the evening every night. So anyway, have a wonderful night, and we'll see you all tomorrow on Ghosting with Anya YouTube. And have a great Mother's Day, and we'll see you all tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, Ghosting with Anya live stream. Please click like, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful night. Bye.